There is a color that transforms you, in 3 seconds, into the woman who did not understand the game. And it does not matter if the piece is expensive. It continues screaming that you are still trying to look like what you are not. You go to an important dinner and choose that neon dress that cost a fortune. Upon arriving, you notice the looks. But they are not looks of admiration. They are looks of instant categorization. They have just deduced your socioeconomic level in 3 seconds, and it is not what you wanted to communicate. Hi, I am Carol, and here at Lucrative Elegance I teach the codes that nobody tells you about but that everyone judges. Subscribe now, activate the bell, and leave a like if you want to learn the silent language of elegance and transform your appearance into real advantage. Let us get straight to the point because you need to know this today, not tomorrow. There is a color that functions as a bright signal screaming that you have not yet understood the rules of the game. And it does not matter how much the piece cost. The price does not save you from this classification. Neon. It is the color the rich hate seeing you wear. It is like seeing someone entering the Polo Bar in Manhattan wearing neon. People do not comment out loud, but the looks exchanged between the women in beige trench coats and Italian silk say everything. She did not understand the environment. She did not grasp the codes. She is still in the phase of trying to get attention instead of commanding respect. And before you say you saw neon on the Fall-Winter 2025 runways, let me explain something crucial. Prada, Tom Ford, and Gucci really used neon in the collections, but here is the detail that most women completely miss. They used neon as a strategic accent in haute couture pieces with impeccable tailoring and very expensive fabrics, not as the total protagonist. It is a neon accessory on a legitimate Italian leather bag. It is not the entire dress screaming for attention at a gala dinner. Neon communicates desperation for validation. It is the aesthetic of, look at me, notice me, see me. And you know where this aesthetic works perfectly? At music festivals, nightclubs, pop music videos. You know where it never appears? At European royalty dinners, old money family events, boardrooms of century-old companies. Nowadays, many people confuse luxury with exaggeration, but women who were born with or learned from old money know, the more restrained, the more expensive it looks. The new desperate luxury is everywhere. Celebrities wearing garish pieces covered in logos, colors that scream, brightness that blinds. But that is not what you see in women who really have had power and money for generations. Look at what happened with Melania Trump in September 2025. She usually hits the mark with her looks. The woman understands fashion, but at the state dinner with British royalty at Windsor Castle, she wore a canary yellow off-shoulder dress with a lilac belt by Carolina Herrera. Beautiful? Yes. Appropriate? Questionable? While Queen Camilla wore royal blue with a sapphire tiara and Princess Catherine wore a gold hand-embroidered lace dress that completely covered her shoulders, Melania chose a color and cut that completely clashed with the dress code. Stylists commented that it seemed like a summer choice for an English autumn event, that the flashy belt and bare shoulders broke the expected protocol of modesty. The dress was expensive, designer, well cut, but it communicated that she did not know or chose to ignore the codes of that specific environment. And this is the crucial lesson. It is not about price. It is about understanding the codes. This is exactly what neon does to you in environments that demand sophistication. It classifies you as someone who is still learning, as someone who confuses attention with admiration, as new money trying to impress, not as someone who is already comfortable in their own status. What you are learning here is what I call color intelligence, a silent intelligence that separates those who dress to impress from those who dress to position themselves. It is the difference between being noticed and being respected, between causing visual impact and causing real impact. Now, if you really want to look like you have money, that you understand the codes, that you belong in environments where important decisions are made and valuable connections are formed, you need to know the 5 colors that communicate quiet wealth. And when I say quiet wealth, I am talking about that luxury that does not need a logo, does not need shine, does not need to scream. It just exists and everyone recognizes it. First color, beige. Beige is the signature of the elite who do not need to prove anything. It is the color of those who circulate through Hermes like someone going to the supermarket. Of those who have the black card but use the same caramel bag for 5 years because quality does not age, it only matures. Beige communicates aristocratic neutrality. It is the palette of those who prefer that people look at your posture, at the quality of the fabric, at the impeccable fit, not at the garish color. When you wear beige in cashmere or high-weight cold wool, People immediately think you are chic, and know it. There is no insecurity. There is no attempt, just refined presence. The psychological reason behind this is fascinating. Beige does not compete for attention. Therefore, those who wear beige are communicating that they do not need to compete, and that, my dear, is pure power. But attention, beige in cheap polyester is completely different from beige in noble fabrics. Texture makes all the difference. Beige needs structure, weight, visible, tactile quality. Only then does it communicate what you want to communicate. Second color, navy blue. Black is mourning. Navy blue is inherited power. It is impossible to look at a woman in navy blue and not take her seriously. This is the color of diplomats, of quiet executives, of women who enter a room and change the atmosphere without raising their voice. Christine Lagarde wears a lot of navy blue. It is not a coincidence. In 2024, after years of quiet luxury dominated by beige and camel, navy blue came back with full force as the color of women who signal wealth through education and position. Navy blue blazers that resemble expensive preparatory school uniforms, striped sweaters that seem to belong to a yacht in the Mediterranean. Navy blue transmits authority without seeming funereal like total black. It is elegant without being pretentious. It is reliable without being too conservative. It is the color that says, I am serious in business but also understand style. And here's a trick that few women know. Navy blue looks better than black in 90% of occasions because it does not drain the color from your face. Black can make you look pale and tired. Navy blue makes you look polished and rested. You will look richer wearing navy blue than wearing black. Always. The secret is in choosing navy blue in well-structured tailoring, fabrics with body, perfect cut, quality buttons. Poorly cut navy blue does not work, but impeccable navy blue instantly puts you on another level. Third color, off-white. There is something about off-white that communicates I can wear this because nothing touches me. It is the color of those who have control, of the body, of the environment, of the routine. Wearing off-white without looking sloppy requires posture and care. That is precisely why this color reveals a woman who has her priorities in order. It is the palette of a minimalist house with the scent of lavender, of a woman who goes through the whole day without a drop of foundation running. You can be simple, but if you are wearing off-white, well-pressed, well-cut, in starched linen or quality matte crepe, you look like a millionaire. It is mathematical. The difference between pure white and off-white is the difference between looking like you are trying too hard and looking like you woke up this naturally elegant. Off-white has the softness of those who do not need extreme contrast to be noticed. And here is another secret. Off-white works on any skin tone when you choose the right shade. Warm tone, off-white with a cream base. Cool tone, off-white with a gray base. This small difference changes everything. Fourth color, moss green. Moss green is not a trend. It is permanence. It is the color of the English countryside, of the millionaire grandfather's cashmere jacket, of the walls of hunting clubs frequented by families who do not feel the need to appear in Forbes because the fortune has 4 generations. This color transmits tradition, stability, sophisticated conservatism. It is not the color of an influencer showing the perfect life. It is the color of family heritage being passed forward with discretion. If you are building a capsule closet and want to look rich without saying a word, moss green is a key piece. A moss green blazer in full-bodied fabrics like gabardine or winter wool will take you further in terms of status communication than any fast fashion piece with a giant logo. And you know what is most interesting? Moss green combines beautifully with caramel, with beige, with navy blue. That is, you can create entire combinations using only these colors that communicate quiet wealth and never miss the mark. Moss green is that color that, when well used, makes people automatically assume you have inherited good taste, not bought yesterday. Fifth color, caramel. There is something indulgent about caramel. It reminds you of good leather, a designer bag without a logo, that nude lipstick that enhances without stealing the scene. Caramel is the color of those who understand that elegance does not come from clothing, but from tone. It communicates intimacy with luxury, not flaunted luxury, but lived luxury. Experienced, known closely. Women who have already understood that warm skin tone plus caramel equals instant appearance of wealth. It is pure visual chemistry. It works because caramel is rich without being flashy. It is warm without being childish. It is sophisticated without being cold. If you do not want to look overdressed but valuable, caramel is your strongest ally. A caramel coat in suede, a caramel midi skirt in soft, natural leather. caramel boots in legitimate leather, a caramel sweater in fine, high-quality knit. All of this communicates that you have money to invest in quality pieces, but also have the refinement to not need screaming logos. Caramel has another strategic advantage: it ages well. Unlike synthetic colors that fade badly, caramel in noble materials gains patina, gains history, becomes more beautiful over time. And that is exactly what real wealth does. These colors function as a visual password to enter environments where status is perceived without being said. If you want to learn to use them with the intelligence of elite women, the next step is to master the visual codes completely. This is exactly why I created Look Rich Without Spending Much. It is my course where I teach all the visual, behavioral, and social codes that rich women use, but that nobody explains to you. They are the details that make all the difference between looking like you are trying and looking like you simply are. From the way you choose the right colors for your skin tone to how you combine pieces to create that effect of quiet wealth, through the behavioral codes that make you be treated with more respect in any environment. How you enter a store, how you speak with waiters, how you carry yourself at events, all of this is there. The course is at a promotional price now, and honestly, this is the type of knowledge that nobody shares for free because it is real power. The link is in the description. What do these 5 colors have in common? They all communicate restraint. And restraint, my dear, is the supreme luxury in a world where everyone is screaming for attention. While other women are wearing neon to be noticed, you will be wearing beige, navy blue, off-white, moss green, and caramel to be respected. And that is a gigantic difference. Because attention you can get anyway. Respect, genuine admiration, differential treatment in restaurants, stores, events. This you only get when you master the silent codes that communicate real sophistication. These colors are not just beautiful, they are strategic. Each of them carries decades, sometimes centuries, of association with old money, elite education, access to exclusive circles. When you use them well, you are speaking a language that only some understand fluently, and those who understand recognize you immediately as an equal. The secret is not in spending more, it is in choosing better, in understanding that the color you wear communicates much more than personal style. It communicates social class, education, values, belonging. You may have paid a lot for that neon blouse, but the code it emits is, "I still have not understood the rules." Meanwhile, a simple blouse in navy blue from a democratic store, but well cut and well cared for, communicates, "I know exactly what I am doing." And at the end of the day, lucrative elegance is exactly about this, about making intelligent choices that put you at an advantage, about understanding that the way you are perceived directly affects the opportunities that appear, the people who approach, the treatment you receive. And so next time you are in front of the closet choosing what to wear for that important event, that decisive meeting, that dinner that can change your life, remember, neon screams, but wealth whispers. And it whispers in beige, navy blue, off-white, moss green, and caramel. Let us quickly review what you learned today because this knowledge needs to be engraved in your visual memory forever. First, neon is the color the rich hate seeing you wear because it communicates desperation for validation and lack of understanding of the social codes of elite environments. The price of the piece does not matter. Second, beige in noble fabrics like cashmere and cold wool is the signature of the elite who do not need to prove anything. It communicates aristocratic neutrality and silent power. Third, navy blue is inherited power, not mourning like black. It transmits authority without severity and makes you look more rested and polished than total black. Fourth, off-white in starched linen or matte crepe communicates total control of life and circumstances. It is the color of those who can wear white because nothing touches them. Fifth, moss green in full-bodied fabrics transmits tradition, family heritage, and sophisticated conservatism. It is permanence, not trend. Sixth, caramel in suede, natural leather, or fine knit communicates intimacy with lived luxury, not flaunted. It ages well and gains patina over time. Seventh, fabric texture matters as much as color. The same colors in cheap fabrics do not communicate the same message. Eighth, color intelligence is the ability to choose colors that position you socially instead of just decorating you visually. Ninth, restraint is the supreme luxury in a world that screams for attention. The more restrained, the more expensive it looks. 10th, these choices directly affect the treatment you receive, the opportunities that appear, and the connections you make. If you made it this far and realized you want to be part of a community that values intelligent elegance and is committed to helping you master these codes that make all the difference, consider becoming a channel member. Starting at just $4.99 per month, you support this work and have access to exclusive content that will put you even further ahead. Click the Become a Member button. Now tell me in the comments, which of these 5 colors do you already use and which one will you incorporate into your wardrobe after this video? And if this video opened your eyes to the color codes you did not know, comment down below. Wealth Whispers. I love reading your stories and knowing how you are applying what you learn here. Until the next video, and remember, you deserve to be treated like the elegant and valuable woman you are.